everyone. In this video, I will be discussing about the trigonometry in special right triangles. And now I'll be showing you the trigonometric ratios of the 30, 60, 90 triangle. So right here we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle wherein we have the values as follows. On the opposite of 30, we have 1. That's the shortest side of the triangle. And then we have the opposite of 60 degrees is square root of 3. And then the opposite of 90 degrees is 2. Now, we'll be solving for the different trigonometric ratios by the use of this illustration. So, on the sine of 30 degrees, we will be using the acronym SAW. So that is opposite over hypotenuse. Therefore, the opposite of 30 degrees is 1 and the hypotenuse is 2. So we will be writing 1 half. For the cosine of 30 degrees, we will be using ka, wherein A is the adjacent side. So on the adjacent side of 30 degrees is square root of 3 and the hypotenuse is 2. And then for the tangent 30 degrees, we'll be using TOA, which is the opposite side over the adjacent side. So on the opposite side of 30, we have 1, and then the adjacent side is square root of 3. So those are your three basic trigonometric ratios. Now let us proceed to the cosecant of 30 degrees, which is the inverse of sine. So the cosecant of 30 is the reciprocal of 1 half, so that will be 2 over 1. And then for the secant of 30 degrees, that will be the reciprocal of cosine. So that is from square root of 3 over 2, we'll just take the reciprocal. So that is 2 over square root of 3. And then it will follow from the tangent as the inverse of the tangent, that is cotangent of 30 degrees. So we'll just take the reciprocal as well. So that is square root of 3 over 1. Now, we can write those answers into the summary table that we have provided here, given that the sine of 30 degrees is 1 half. So we'll just write it as it is. And then for the cosine of 30 degrees, that is square root of 3 over 2. And next for the tangent, that is 1 over square root of 3. Now, since the denominator is irrational, there is a process in mathematics that we rationalize the denominator by multiplying the denominator itself to the numerator and the denominator. So, when we multiply 1 to square root of 3, that will be square root of 3. And then, when we multiply 3, square root of 3 to square root of 3, that is square root of 9. And square root of 9 is basically 3. So your tangent for 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 3 when we rationalize the denominator. Next is the cosecant of 30 degrees, which is 2 over 1. 2 over 1 is also equal to simply the whole number 2. Okay, and then we have the secant of 30 degrees, that is 2 square root of 3. So if you are going to rationalize the denominator by multiplying square root of 3 over 3, we'll end up with 2 square root of 3 all over 3 times 3 is 9. So that is square root of 9 or simply 3. So on the secant of 30 degrees, our final answer will be 2 square root of 3 over 3. And then for the cotangent of 30 degrees, so simply our answer in here will be square root of 3. Alright, next will be the trigonometric ratio for the 60-degree angle. So our reference angle right now is 60 degrees. So we will change the opposite side and the adjacent side. So the opposite of 16 here is square root of 3 and the adjacent side is 1. So it will follow that our ratios will change depending on the opposite side and the adjacent side. So for sine 60 degrees from SAW, square root of 3 over the hypotenuse, which is 2, that is square root of 3 over 2. And then, as we proceed with the other ratios, cosine of 60 degrees is adjacent side over the hypotenuse, so the adjacent side is 1, and the hypotenuse is 2, so that is 1 half. And then for the tangent of 60 degrees, that is the opposite side over the adjacent. Opposite side is square root of 3 and the adjacent side is 1. Let us write that on the summary table. Sine of 60 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. And then cosine of 60 degrees is 1 half together with the tangent of 60 degrees, that is square root of 3 over 1, or simply square root of 3. Now, for your cosecant, which is the reciprocal of sine 60 degrees, cosecant 60 degrees is 2 over square root of 3. So by rationalizing that, we'll end up with 2 square root of 3 over square root of 9, or simply 2 square root of 3 all over 3. So your cosecant 60 degrees is 2 square root of 3 over 3. So let us write it down in here. And then as we proceed for secant of 60 degrees, which is the inverse of cosine 60, inverse of 1 half or the reciprocal is simply 2. So secant 60 degrees is 2. Then for cotangent of 60 degrees, that is 1 over square root of 3. And 1 over square root of 3 can be simplified as we rationalize the denominator, that will be square root of 3 all over square root of 9, or simply square root of 3 over 3. So as we write it down on our summary table, that is square root of 3 over 3. So those are your 6 trigonometric ratios for special angles of a right triangle. So for 30 degrees, those are the summary table. And then for 60 degrees, this is the summary table. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. See you on the next one.